Donald Trump said so many things about Muslims, Mexicans, as you just mentioned. Do you think the immigrants in this country have anything to worry about now that Donald Trump is the president?
Well, I think we know that some of them are worried. We're already seeing that. My colleague in the Midwest, VOA's Kane Faribault, was with a number of Muslim American voters in Michigan on election night and was reporting their reaction. We have to say also, though, that in the wake of the election, Donald Trump tried to strike a conciliatory note saying he was going to be president of all the people and try to heal the country together. People, I think, would like to see that happen. The question that's outstanding is, with all the things he said, will he be able to do it? But yes, we'll be watching reactions in the days and weeks to come from various groups in the United States. And the tone that he sets early on, even as we move through the presidential transition, heading for the inauguration in January, is going to be very important as to how the country can move forward. Obviously, this was kind of a political earthquake. Not a lot of people saw it coming. I think the Trump supporters knew something was coming, and now the country as a whole is going to have to deal with the new reality of where we are.
What kind of reactions are we getting from other countries, including Russia?
Well, I noticed that Russia was quick to send congratulations. The President Vladimir Putin sending a telegram, and a number of other Russian officials talking that they thought it was a good thing that Trump won. I think Russia in particular was not a fan of Hillary Clinton, since she's been tough on them in the past. But then you have to look at a place like Mexico, where Trump has promised to build the border wall and make Mexico pay for it. And Mexican officials are quite concerned. We're going to be very carefully watching world reaction now. There's going to be, I think, a period of feeling each other out in terms of Trump and the world leadership he's going to have to deal with. What does this mean for America's place in the world? Where does he want to take the country? Because, to be clear, in the campaign, he wasn't always very specific. He talked about going after Islamic State. He talks about defending the country from terrorist threats. And he talks about doing better trade deals. And either you're kind of with us or against this type of attitude. And we can recall some of that from the early days of George W. Bush.
Do you think the expectation level is quite high? Because people who voted for him, obviously, they want America to be safe. They want Islamic State to be destroyed or controlled. And also the trade and economy is very important in people's mind. They want better deals with other countries, and the expectation is quite high. Don't you think this can also go against the president?
Well, I mean, any politician who's elected looks first at why he or she was elected, who were his supporters, and what do they expect and want. And frankly, he made a lot of strong promises that he was going to be a man of action. So he has promised to deliver on many of the things you just said. And that will have to be, well, or will it be his first priority? Or does he see it more importantly to try to heal the political wounds in the nation? Or can he try to do both? These are tremendous challenges. But when you're elected, you do have a loyalty and allegiance to your core followers who voted for you because they expected you to carry out the things you promised. And he has a Republican Congress, a narrow majority in the Senate, somewhat larger in the House of Representatives, but the Democrats will be able to block some maneuvers because it's closely contested in the Senate.
Interesting thing is, even though Donald Trump won the electoral votes more than Hillary, but Hillary won more in popular votes. Do you think that gives Donald Trump a proper mandate?
Well, mandate is an interesting question in this election. He certainly won the key states that Clinton was counting on. So in that sense, you have to give him the political credit that he took away the areas where she was supposed to be strong, albeit many of those states were very close. So a mandate in the terms of like a Ronald Reagan in 1984, a Lyndon Johnson in 1964, perhaps not, but clearly the election results, which were so unexpected, do resonate as a kind of mandate for change and to go in a different direction. And I think we'll see him try to seize on that and use that political capital. But you know, as we've learned, even with Barack Obama, the political capital from a newly elected president doesn't have a very long shelf life. You have to strike quickly because sure enough and soon enough, you'll face a lot of political challenges where you could get bogged down.